welcome to East Coast Black Belt Academy. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Jerry Figgiani. This is Sensei Tamaki, Sensei Tokashiki, Sensei Makino, and Daiku-san, our guest from Okinawa. So let's first courtesy bow. Right?
皆さんはじめましてでもいますけど、顔を知ってる方もいるんですけど、初めての方は今後またよろしく付き合い長く付き合ってください。
Hello, everybody. I see a few people, a few faces that I recognize, and I also see, it's the first time. But it's so good to be here, and it's so glad that to see everybody.
で、空手は力でやるものと考えをなくして、軽く体操みたいに最初に入っていった方がやりやすいです。だから空手はパワーを持ってたらダメよ。
You know, the Okinawan karate, as you know, the karate is not the power. You don't have to, make a really, strong. You don't have to stiff the body. It's not about the power. It is the move that you do and how relaxed your body is. You can do. 今日はおそらく内半身。
Naihanchi, yes. Today we're going to start off with Naihanchi.
内半身が基本だと意識にとって、それを今日はやります。
The Naihanchi that we're going to do tonight is really basic, and then we want to show you, and we want to walk with you. So anything you want to ask, is just free to ask. So that's why we are here, and we want to help you to develop your skills. Okay, thank you.
Right.
We'll just go around the room. Just say your name.
Juan Cadiz, Winter Haven, Florida.
Bobby Benner from North Kingstown, Rhode Island.
Morgan Frechette, Melbourne, Florida.
Boris Grossman from here.
Ethan Dabbs, Melbourne, Florida. Brian Horn from right here.
Kathy Sully, New York, here.
Kevin Darcy, New York, here.
Scott Williams, New York here.
Don Ramon, here from New York.
Jack Shanahan, New York.
Lou de Blasi, East Coast Black Belt.
Nick DeLuca, New York.
Ariane Beckel, New York.
Lisa McSweeney, New York.
Anastasia Basilevska, New York.
Sean Donoghue, Ireland.
Silvio D'Onofrio from New York.
Maya Hasagawa from New York.
Dennis DeAndre, East Coast. Figgiani Sensei.
Mark Wolfson, New York.
Patricia Bolton, Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin.
Yvonne Beaumont, Ireland.
Hannah Beaumont, Ireland.
Steve Rothman, New York.
Patrick Walnut, Ireland.
Ricardo Mori, North Carolina.
Eddie Chin, New York.
Mike Webb, Winter Haven, Florida.
Carl Coral, New York.
Angelo Fradolakis, New York.
Dylan Bush, New York.
Barry Fox, New York.
Cindy Wolford, Winter Haven, Florida.
John Pinto, Kings Park, New York.
Amanda Ryan, Winter Haven, Florida.
Ralph Garofalo, Ramos Dojo, Blooming Grove, New York.
Danielle Brianza, New York.
Jim Thayer, New York.
Renee Diaz, New York.
David Diaz, New York. Keith Harrell, Long Island, New York.
Charles Barrett from here.
Greg Poitras, Oak Harbor, Washington.
Gary Stewart from Vancouver, BC, Canada.
Mike Tobin, Mendocino County, Northern California.
Rick Kaufman, New York.
Kenneth Lara, New York.
Nick Braccanelli, New York.
Jacqueline Brianza, New York.
Bobby Valva, New York.
Marcel Delaney, Phoenix, Arizona.
Jason Brianza, New York.
Dave Hogsett, Pennsylvania. Pat Neary, Blooming Grove, New York.
Arthur Drago, Virginia.
Samuel Adorno, Excelsior Martial Arts, New York.
Or Daniels, Virginia.
Carolyn Drago, Virginia.
Robbie Taylor, Virginia.
Barry Wake, Virginia.
Nestor Ramos, Successful Martial Arts, New York.
Michael Barreca, New York.
Jane Wintercorn, New York. Virginia.
This is how we get a lot of students. Philosophy, what Sensei Makino tried to express is that most people think that, most people think that karate comes from Japan. It comes from Okinawa. This is where the roots are. And I think the Okinawan people now are really trying to push what is really theirs. And it's very important to keep the history, the tradition, their culture alive. And that's what I'm promising them, to keep spreading, passing down the teachings of Tamaki Sensei, Tokashiki, and of course Sensei Carbonara, and anybody who has influenced me. And there's a lot of people in this room who also have touched me with your influences, so I'm very grateful. So I'm going to turn it over to Sensei. Thank you very much, and I'm very grateful. Enjoy the weekend. Hey. Hey, Sensei. Great. Feet together. Feet together. Hands on the knees. Circle left. Ich, ni, san, shi, san, shi, go, roko, shishi, san, shi, go, shishi, hach, ku, ju. Feet together, 20 jump jacks. Hajime. Ich, ni, san, shi. What do you got here? Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Roko. Shishi. Hach. Ku. Ju. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Roko. Right, wait to count. Shishi. Hachi. Ku. Ju. Ich. Ni. The knees are not locked out, they're kind of bent, but it's just how you would walk. So some of you, Sensei says that the knee is like bent, so it's almost, you don't walk this way, right? You walk it in a natural way. Those blocks have to come back more to the body. When the hands are extended, the body's weaker, right? So if somebody gives you their hands this way, it's very easy to off-balance them. But when their hands are drawn in, you have more strength behind the technique. So it's more like you're using the body as the hand goes out and blocks. All right, so, and then Furigata Ich, when you're in Zankutsu, people are coming straight up. All right, so what he would like is for the knee to stay bent, and how many of you, anybody do judo? So judo, you don't pick your feet up, right? You don't step this way because you'll be thrown off balance, right? So the knee stays bent and you're kind of sliding this foot up, and then from here you come up into the punch. So it's almost like you're, screwing up with the technique. Tanden.
丹田のこっちにみんな丹田持ってるわけさ。丹田鍛えんといかんわけさ。そのためにはやっぱりこう今こうステップする時でもこうすぐ行くわけさ。だからこうじゃなくてこれで支えてるわけ本当はこうしてスローでいくとね。これをすぐこうじゃなくて支えていく必ずこっちで重心がある。いつもあれがさ言ってる重心があるわけね。それをだからこうして動くんじゃなくて必ずこっちに重心持ってきてこれを動かす。だからこれ見てたらこうとかこうはいかんわけ。必ず自分が一歩これ上げても出すんだから、その時こっちで支えていくわけ。
Just as Sensei Jerry say, Figgiani say, this area called Tanden in Japan, it's really, any kind of martial art, I'm sorry. It's really, there's a balance. It's really important part, and you always focus Tanden whenever move you make, is always focus on tanden, as he said, when you step up, don't pick up on your feet, and just suriashi? Yes, suriashi, just move, and then when you move, always focus on tanden.
だからこうしてこうするとこう持ち上げるとこの腰が外れるわけ、要するに
When
ね
you pick up the, yeah.
この丹田でこれ支えていくわけ
When you pick up the feet, it'll
ね、だから
Yeah, off
これ見てたら今こうしたら外れる
yeah, the balance is
One
off
time,
when you
one
pick up
time,
the
one time.
feet. So you just move as your tendon is always,
リズミカルに動くわけ
and then you pick your rhythm, and then just don't pick up the feet.
だから本当基本これが教えないと
Since they say that it's center.
Yeah. So think of running, right?
こっち
If I'm going to run in this direction, I'm not coming up, then start my run, right? So you can relate it like to any activity. If I'm going to run, I'm going to stay low, right? So
こっちが先や
Yeah, keep your balance low always, and then just tendon is
so you transferring this first. So it's like you're creating a new center of gravity. You're changing your center of gravity. You're capturing your balance, but it has to be from a low position. Okay. So this is important in the hanchi, right? In the hanchi kata, everything's got to be down.
これ今これやったら空間づけするさこの普段だからこれもこっちで支えるこっちで支え
You
る
always support it here, the movement of the arm too.
これであってあれだからこうならないようにしてできた一般的にこれをでこうなるようにしだから
Not lean on the front, just stay in straight line, and
So
then
this is a tipping point. So Sensei, go.
前に片見さんやってみせたように前に
Right? So if he's on this side of the line, he has his center. But once here, right, then the kazushi, the balance is going in any direction you want to control your opponent. So think of the line. I like to teach my students the line. So, you create an imaginary line, and that's where you would drop and you would stay on that side, right, if you're doing the hanchi. Or even if you're, just have one leg back behind you, you're still on the line. You're not leaning. That's a tipping point.
こう
Just a little.
こうしてからこうかかとで締めるヒールで締める
Keep it up.
ヒールクローズ。このヒ
ヒール
ールをクローズしたら、このお尻がかかる。
だからこっちクローズしてないとこれが前に行くわけさだからヒールクローズして丹田に力を取るこうすると力来るはずこっちにおそらくヒールこうしたら力入るはずおそらく
これを今言ってみんな見てください。
Position is like this, but your heel has to be in a little bit, so that your tendons could be straight.
そうしないとこの力腰の力これ
Just like on a horse. So you're pulling your heel in. So he's gripping also.
Yes, the grip.
Yeah, so you want to grip. You want to think of gripping.
If you focus on on your heel, you can feel your tendon also.
そしてこっちに力を取っておけば丹田
You
に力を取っ
always
ておくわ
focus on tendon.
これダメよこの2は
Open.
オープンする
You're always the knee is not inside. Open.
オールで内反地もこう行くのもこう行ってこれこう開くで空間突きする時もこうでこっちにセンターに持ってくるために後ろに持ってきてかかとに持っておかんと
Oh, not the center. かか
ことれ
に。
こうなるから
Oh, okay. When you move your arm,
開くから
yeah, you always focus on your knees not open. If your knees are open, you're gonna
2ユー
lose
す
the
る
balance.
エルボーユーする空手だね This OK OK stop OK 2 OK タッチ OK タッチ OK 2おこっちにこれあれな OK これこっちこれがこっち OK OK Understand?
Sensei!
こっちの力。
Don't lean on it. Don't do like this. You just focus on your tongue, then you're. Your
体と締める。
heel. Try to squeeze your heel. Try to squeeze your heel.
Turning
right
out?
here. Turning in. Turning in.
Turning in.
Uh-huh.
Okay, hi. You feel here, right?
こっちから絶対。
Okay.
Yes, that's it.
Awesome. Thank you.
だから今
When you move, you always trying to keep this position. That's what you have right now.
これ
And
鍛え
always,
鍛え
yeah, train your tanden. Always focus on that tanden.
上に力はいかない。
If you don't have a tanden if you don't train here, your body, upper body will off balance.
It's like you're tensing rather than doing the technique, right? So a lot of us with like big upper bodies, it's very, difficult to grasp the concept and actually perform it. So one of the things I tell my students when they're doing techniques, if they can have like a conversation or a hum, it makes it easier for your body to be relaxed. Right? But there's a lot of tension.
だから50
Don't stop and break.
あるでしょ。あると一緒だけど、声は出さないで、なんかで。
You don't have to say anything, but when
Yeah.
you don't hold the breath, and when you do like this, you just
でこっちの
yeah.
玉木さん、これ2本見せてあげて。
だからこうでしょ。スローでいくから。だからこれが重要。これスローで練習しないとこのこったかこうなったら分からんからね。
You know what?
これをこうして絞っていく。これ出すときも。
Squeeze.
これこう回した。これこうじゃない。だからこっちでこの腰がこう回ってるあれ。こうでしょ。こう来てる。
Not the shoulder, as you can see, not the shoulder, not the movement of the shoulder. It's that your
The hip.
hip.
I don't think too many people are conscious of the direction when you're punching.
それだからそれを今直すためにはやっぱりこうあれ。これスローモーションにしていくと分かるわけ自分でこうなってるのが。だからこれ分からんから。
Yeah.
Cool.
Try the slow
Cool.
motion, your movement. Okay. When you move slow.
See how from the side, he's almost like angled down when he punches. There's no lift. Right?
これがだから下がるわけ。これがこっちにショルダーにパンチする人は。
Yeah.
Like,
You're trying to
well,
do
up
strong.
to
Your shoulders coming out. You don't have to do strong.
これがもう先に動いてる。
Yeah. Your hip,
これ
not your shoulder. That's your hip.
こっちがもう先に来てる。
Your
で
hip
こういった時
coming
はこれが
first.
パンになるんだ。
Your shoulder's
だ
not
から
coming
これは
first.
ゆっくりしていないと
Your
なかなか体が覚えないか
your
ら。
hip coming first. So try the slow motion first. Your move, what you're doing, and then Sensei will check.
みんな型はもうね、型は覚えてるから、
Yeah.
それをしっかりしないと
No,
ベーシックだから。
well, he said this is the basic. He said everybody knows kata. Looks like when everybody know the kata. So, but he want them to learn that this basic.
Yeah.
A lot of people move
Yeah,
on the
so
shoulder.
this is what you would apply in the kata itself when you're doing a technique. A lot of you are punching here. You're punching at this level. The punch should be angled down. So if you're punching, right,
これも
yeah, you got to angle it down.
こっちを見て
Yeah, you angle it.
Yeah, so angle the punch down. So some of you are up here, which creates tension in the front deli. When you drop the punch down, it relaxes. Right? It's just like punching with, stiff neck.
だから年数経ってくると分からないから自分では、いつもスローの練習をする必ず。
Yeah. You know, when you're doing training so long, you don't recognize how tense you are and how move. So you always practice the slow. Always check where you're aiming. Punch.
See, he's not letting the hand rise up. He's keeping it, below.
上がるとね、この脇が上がると力がないわけよ。
There's no power if you have a punch right here.
こっちの力。
Just grab my wrist. All right. If my arm is out to the side, all right, no, okay. All right. If this is away from the body, and I'm going to pull you back, this way, right? You see where my balance is going. But if I keep it in, all right, resist. All right, if I keep it in, it has to be tighter. All right? And my feet are on the same line right now. If I have one leg back behind, right? If I go out, there's no way he's pulling me off balance. Right? Here, I pull back, and now I strike. Now I can control. It's in tighter. Right? It's just like putting the hands out. If I'm here, right, I'm going to bend my arms back to him. He says, all right, I'm weak, but if I'm in, right, so what Tokashiki Sensei was doing before, when he was doing some application with the kids, right, he's in, he's inside, he's being absorbed by his opponent, but he's attacking, right, but here, if they're, right, resist, right, here, I'm much stronger because it's tighter to the body, away, out, I'm weak. So draw back. See that there's no gap here, right? Here, right? So you want to kind of close that gap.
Oh, okay. You know, we only focus on the push, right? But you all same same amount you focus on the pull too. Not only the push, but the pull is same. The focus.
これが崩れてくると年取ってからね、みんな力がなくなるから、力でやってる人が。
If you get old, your
年取ってこれできなくなるわけよ。こうやる。だから年取ってもできるようにやっぱりこう。
Right. Yeah, if you don't have a right movement, when you get older, it's really hard to do it.
Same power. Anybody thinking about in push constant is not.
引くのと一緒のイメージしないです。こうなんて突こうという意識じゃパンチしようとするんじゃなくてね、投げる。
Not pushing.
投げる。
Look like a throw some stuff. That image.
Okay.
だから突こうとするからこっち力入るわけよね。ね、投げる。
Punch it, throw away.
Throw the punch, not the.
Make a fist and make a fist that throw away.
And away from you, not on. Some people have it on. Keep it away. Okay. Ich. Ni. Ni. San. Hey.
こうスロー持って。
See out?
こう持って。
Using the body.
このあれ。だからこれ。はい。よいしょ。
はい。
So on a Nanchi stomp or Nanchi sweep, inside leg or cross leg? So in other words, in front of it,
Well,
inside. How does he preference?
see,
I see both ways.
what's your preference? So some people go to
No,
outside.
no, no.
Or inside.
あんまり上げない。上げない。上げない。これでこっちを支えるためだ。こっちでね。
No, not kick.
これこんな人はこれできないでしょ。だからこれをシャッキリしてあれこれでだからこっち持ってくる。
Keep
これで
keep in
これ
your
は
body.
Oh, the knee stays back.
Knee and
Yeah, so what,
丹田だ。丹田する。
Okay.
この丹田と違うがまた。下の丹田こっち。
so what he's saying is it's not whether it's in here or here, it's whether this stays bent.
Important.
This has to stay down.
Kick is not important that on the side and
So-
tandem.
So if you use this type of movement inside, say against the sweep, you would want to be out in front more. If you're gonna, use that type of movement, right? If we're just talking application. But the important thing is the knee stays down.
これ支えて keep.
I'm trying to translate this. As long as the structure doesn't change,
Yes.
how you
Yes.
sweep
Yeah.
can vary.
Yeah.
Is that what's being said?
Don't think of the technique as that's what it is. Because I could be down and use that to transition maybe into something else. I don't have to take somebody's foot out.
Sensei, do you touch the inside of your knee or do you not touch your knee?
これが基本だから。実はベーシックだから。ここを鍛えるためだから。
Yeah, that's a basic train. It's for your lower body, your tendon, your leg. So, like you said, it's touching or not touching. It's not really a
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
ここ来てる。
Just
It's
yes,
almost
the
like
structure, like you said.
this.
Uh-huh.
It's almost like this for Nahanchi or this.
Right.
So he's using the foot
Use,
here. Right?
don't,
So when he transitions, the foot here or goes down. When people are here and it's pushing them up. Okay, a lot of people come up when they do this. So if they're down, they drop, right? They drop, but then here they push up. So the heel should be down first before, see this stays bent as you transition. So the yoi, if we got an inch, if we got a knee, right, heels it together. All right, Nahanchi, you close it. All right, Pinans, the feet are open. Right, and then the ancient kata is whatever specific, kata you have for yoi. Right, so the Nahanchis are always this way. So you would bow in, if we're doing formally, bow, and then yoi, feet closed. That's it. Yoi. Ich. Knee. Don't wind that. Right. We're going to start with this technique right here. Right. All right. So analyze what are we doing with the movement. So that's what we're going to look at right now. So if we say it's a punch, we limit it to a punch. This motion could, or this movement could be many different things. All right. So let's look at it in the context of a throw. Okay. So what's the difference between a throw and a takedown? Throw or takedown?
Do you leave the ground on the throw?
What's that?
The feet leave the ground.
Yeah. If I'm going to throw him, right, the feet leave the ground. If I'm going to take him down, his feet could still be on the ground. Okay. So in this sense, let's say he's going to lift it. He's going to do a throw. Right. So he comes in and say Nagi. He lifts the feet. Now I go. Okay. So from this position here, if we're in a situation where we're grappling and he pulls me in, when he pulls to go, all I'm using is this to prevent the lift. Okay? So you could say you drop into the hanchi, all right? So all I'm doing is using this, just come around, just go around, right here. So whether I keep the hand open or close it, right, this would be an application, right, for the square punch. Okay, anybody needs to see it again? Very simple. So you don't have to, if you want, you can try to lift your partner, all right, just so you see the effectiveness of the technique. So now when he goes to lift, all right, I sink and I extend the hand away from the body. That's all it is. Very basic, very simple. Any questions? Okay. I have to get my belt below this in order to if I'm going to throw him with this type of throw, right? If I'm not secure with that, some people are, you have to drop lower. If you can't drop lower, if I'm in this position, I turn out, right? I'm just using a little bit of a hip. Okay, so you see how you could apply like Zenku Tadachi to the throw, but you have to rotate this in. This has to rotate, just like what Sensei was speaking about before, right? The rotation of the hip. Okay. So again, when he's looking, he's pulling the garment to throw. You just want to drop, right? So from here, you could think of sinking your body, right? If you get this hand now you got him going in a different direction. Okay, we'll just do one more. Okay, so think of like a two-hand push. He's going to shove me. All right, so as he comes with the shove, think of just dropping, right? Just here, all right? So you could come with the back fist, but when he shoves, don't lean back, all right? Try to absorb, all right? So from here, if I wanted to go into a throw, I have it. If I wanted to come in here and strike, all right? From here, push, exit, you're in position to do so. Okay, so just do this slowly, and the person doing the technique will always have the back to the spear. So from your feet. Okay, so just do it real slow. So you could just drop back, just like you're doing the kata. All right, so one's going through the center, down. The other one's coming up through the center, out. All right, and try to keep the elbows in tight. All right, so when he's pushing, if I do this, I'm exaggerating, but I'm exposing. When he pushes, I'm in tight. Now I can hit with an elbow. All right, everything's in position. Okay? All right, try that slow. Very slow. Push on. All right, see, I'm up. All right, so if I'm up and he continues his motion, okay, go. All right, I don't want to lean forward. Even if I drop back, he pushes. All right, I lean back and now I come forward to attack. All right, think of what Sensei said. The drop, he pushes here. Now I'm in position. All right.
これを自分のボディの全体これゼロにする。ゼロにするとこれ強いね。本当はこれが強いと思うんだけど、それ弱い。
みんなが見えないわけじゃないから、このテクニックが。
パーンときて、例えば今のこれさっきもこれなんだけど、これもね。
力と力じゃない。
例えばこれはこれもこれだと力と力のもんだから、これはスーッとこれ上げればね、スーッと上げればこれパワー、いうパワー。スーッと上げる。
Your arm just up, not the power to power. This power, he's not stiff, right?
Right.
Yeah, he just moves.
You
can tell me about the shoulder.
So if he punches me, right, I don't want to just, like Yuka was saying, meet power with power. I don't want to be going out as he's coming in. So I could, if he's punching and I can absorb it,
Right.
all right, then I change position just from that move and I'm outside.
Right.
All right, and that's where you want to be. All right? If I meet power to power, no, throw hard, throw hard. If I'm here, I'm stuck inside.
Right.
OK。
All right?
私意見。
はい。
今藤谷さんが来てパーンと。
これは違うよって今話して
うん。
これ
いいんだけ
パワーで
どもしねもしこうであってもこの瞬間的に 0. 何秒ぐらいの差でねこっちがパンとして音ぶつかるんだけどもどっちかがゼロにの早くゼロにするんだよ。
今それを言ってます。だからそれをパワーでやる。
This is important, right? For a woman.
あのね。
You can't take the physical, right? Of look at some of the guys in the room. So you have to think, think about a punch coming in, right? Some people want to stay right here and bury, right? Bury themselves in this position. That's, you know what? If there's some guys around the room, yeah. But this is the way I think. If the technique's traveling in, I want to go away from it, then come back in, right? Think about somebody's roundhouse kicking you. Right? You're absorbing the kick and going away with it. It diffuses the kick, but if you just stay in one place. But the thing is to drop, what Tamaki Sensei was saying.
Before he was looking at the mirror and then he was doing like this and somebody asked him what you're doing and he said that that's it's not about the power, it's not about the stiffness, but he was just like Tamaki Sensei say, the tanden, lower body. He was focusing on the lower body and then the upper body was all related to the tanden, because he said, in Okinawan people is normally short, not like you guys tall, So like big, some tall person coming, tall and strong people come, how you defend, you it's kind of afraid, right? It's scary, but what he was doing was, keep the tanden lower, and he was relaxing, and then
力を抜くと衝突しても痛くない。こっちは痛くない。
upper body is always relaxed.
Okay,
自分が怖いさ。この怖さを自分の怖さをね、怖さをなくすのと重心を取ってね、これがいかにこうしていく。これを普通の練習の時に入っていくのセルフトレーニングを持って相手いないもんだから鏡を見て鏡で自分のものを自分の体を芯を作ってこれをゼロにする。
He's focusing on himself, what he's doing, and he's
決してこれをね、こんなじゃない。
not like that. He was just
いかに自分の体で持っていくのか。
要するにね、自分を消すことがやればいいのよ。消す自分はゼロにする。そうするとね。
But like the line, there's no tipping point there.
Yes.
There's no tipping point.
このうちの鏡これこうしたあたり痛いさ、怖いさ。そうなってくるとこれもね、胸状態だから痛くなる。
What he's saying was he made himself.
Seminar feet went up.
It's almost like a stand. Don't even think about nothing. So that you don't afraid anything.
これを 0.2 秒、0.1 秒の
That's
ね、
your self-control.
パーンときたらストッ
And so like a big person trying to
もの
attack
すご
him.
くハイスピードで持って自分のアクションをすると相手に入れるわけ。
If your mind is focused and relaxing, so that somebody attack you, even the short person like Okinawan people, they can.
だから70歳、80歳になったら、これを60歳になったら筋力を使わないで、この練習をせんといかんわ。みんな空手は。
これヤングで。
No.
This technique ヤングで。
He was talking about now you're getting older, 60, 70, 80, your muscles getting weaker. So now you have to different.
今力のやって軽いのやってる。
ここゆる。
Yeah, relax.
全部。
It's about speed, right? Speed.
全部。
Relaxation, speed is always
これを消して、
naturally
だ
there.
から年取ったら、ハイプスになったら、これはしない。
Yeah, if you are doing
Oh.
like just the power, when you get older, it's really the karate is going to be so hard on you, a body. But karate is normal. It's not like that. You know, just relax your body. And just you have to have the basic. You have to have
骨とか筋肉使わなくて肩甲骨とかこういう
ジョイントジョイント。
そうジョイントジョイント
not the using the
ここ
muscle. That's what he was
だから
saying.
何もね力必要ないんだよ
See how relaxing it is?
玉先生や玉先生リラックス Now understand
What- This is what Sensei Rothman says. The structure, right? The integrity of the structure remains. It doesn't. There's no tipping or leaning or. It's just in place.
引っ張られたらもうそのまま入っていけばいいのパーンと入っていく
If it's only power and power,
入っていく
it's obvious. He's going to
で
win. You know,
これは
you know.
よくない
I mean, the body.
And this is the concept we have to get because we, myself included, we always rely on our power. But if we could capture some of the principles and the relaxation, and that could just help our karate or whatever martial art we study.
Okay, yeah. That's how karate born. You know, Okinawan people is short, and we don't have a power. You know, well, if you know, him and you gonna fight, it's obvious, right? Because you guys are tall and you have a power. But Okinawan people is not. The muscle is different. You know, we are short, so that's how karate start. You know. It's how to like you said, how to absorb the power, you know, and how to relax yourself. But you have the your tanden is always keeping low, and it's Tokashiki Sensei's pointed mainly. It's about your mind. That's what he was talking about. The mind. You're not scared of anything. If you are control your mind, you know, not only the power, not only how to do it, your mind is always, you know, focusing, you know, how to.
マインドを有利マインドを使うここを使う
Is this taught to beginning students in Okinawa, or is it more focused on advanced?
これはあれですよね。初心者向けですか？それ
もう入る
No, yes, no. It's all, yeah. It's not for the.
初心者はね学校子供で
肩を
これで
肩だけ。ファーラーの肩。
これ
ビギナージャストファーラーの肩。
It's just fun.
So we're always trying to constantly
これ
try to be advanced. Sorry. We're always trying to constantly think of just the koshi here. If we're throwing or if we're this, but really you want to lead from here and bring this into here.
腰なんですけど、それ腰よりもこっちが一番大事。
これね。
いいです。丹田がこっちが大事。
So lead from here.
日本の合気道で
Everything comes from here.
Right here.
Doesn't matter for your upper body.
That's what they're saying. For their structure,
Absolutely.
they have to be centered.
イメージは全部ここで
You saw it before when he was moving, his entire body was one line. Here, and then
When he goes against the mirror,
it's like a line.
that's the line right there.
Right.
If he's anywhere over the line,
No good.
a fraction of an inch, he's hitting the mirror. So it's the same thing with our structure. So whether you're bigger or you're smaller, right, the integrity of your structure is really important because then you have opportunities.
So they look for the line. Once they slip the line, there's weakness. No matter how strong they are, they're going to suck at it.
Well, think of somebody like throwing a haymaker, right? So if you shift out of the way and the haymaker, you know, if it passes you,
Bang.
right, then that person's off balance. They throw themselves out of position. So that's the importance of kata. It keeps you in line. It keeps the structure of of the body.
これだからフリースタイルで回しができた時も
The speed comes from your body is relaxed. If your body is stiff, your speed is not coming. You know, with it.
この軸に回ってね、この8の字のこの
Imagine
1点は
as
こう
you have a line,
8の字になってる。
and then this is tanden,
単で最初は大きい8の字からやってこの
is the
小さくするわ
point.
け。
And then you imagine as you're using your hip, making 8. And then this, yes,
あとはね、
figure 8, yes.
あとはもうゼロ、まあ、あんま
And
り使わなく
then
て
this way and this way and this way too. So you have a line in your body, and the tanden is always in the middle.
He's drawing the line.
Yes, drawing the 8.
Drawing.
That's
what I meant with the hip before.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, it's okay.
So you're not just throwing, what you said before, you're not just throwing, it forward. You know what I mean? You're controlling it.
It's leading it. It's drawing the line.
That's the point that Sensei want to you guys to understand. That's the basic. Yes, you guys all have a basic, but there's the differences. Okinawan people's body, and then American people's body. So for the Okinawan people, the focus on the tanden and to keep your weight, your body down is easy because we sit in on the floor. A lot of stuff that this lifestyle is different. So that's why it's so hard to understand American, people's mind. The tanden and lower body. And when you make that position, that time you understand. But when you move the kata, it's you got a lot of things to think about, and you forget the
So basically, we're wasting all this good gravity.
I don't want to say like that.
No, I'm saying the gravity.
But that's how
how
Sensei feel.
I have a question. One of the things both senseis are showing is if you watch them move, don't look at their hands. Look at their feet. They're always rooted. When he was standing there before, he looked like he was standing up, but he was solid.
Who does judo? Anybody do? You want somebody to do this, right? That's what you want. That's Kazushi.
As an opponent.
Kazushi. Once the transition of the foot from here to here is lifted, that's the name again. So you want to slide. Slide. So it's called sukiyashi. Sukiyashi. You're just keeping your feet down. Even if you're backing up, the feet are down. You should be able to hear the sound of your feet when you're moving.
I think when he's talking about the line and the figure 8, the key is you don't ever want it to tilt.
Right.
So the figure 8 is remaining level and balanced. So if you had like a teacup on the 8, it could go around and around and never fall because you're not tilting the 8, you're keeping it level. And then you can move around in that way without it tilting. I think that's the key to that.
That's it. You want the other person
どこに行
to
っても
go.
ね、どこにこう全方にどこに行っても芯はこう一緒。
Even though you are
はい、こうされた時のね、ポンとしてこう重心がリラックスすると外れる。
If
こ
you
れ
have a
こ
line,
使
you
うと
won't balance.
重心が先に行くように
Use. So some people are just placing the hands out there. What they're teaching you is that if we're just placing the hands out there, there's absolutely no power. Right? So try to get a little relaxation and whip into that technique. Okay, yoi. Same. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Roko. Shishi. Hachi. Ku. Ju. Juich. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Roko. Shishi. Hach.
外受けなんでしょこっちは 宇宙系もこっちはこういく。
All right, so tight.
Okay, okay, okay.
Tight.
Okay.
Right, right.
You-
All right, so from here, anchor this. Anchor into the body. All right? So, some of you go up. You, remember, everything has to stay within the structure of the body. Right? If I'm here and I go here and down, you know, it's like doing a big down block. If Sensei grabs my wrist, if I go here to come down, he's going to be hitting me on the way up. Right? So it's here. Here. Huh? Here. Tight. Elbow's got to be tight. Right? When you're gripping somebody, it's the same thing. It's tight. You're not out here. This here, the structure's off. Right? I got to bring it in.
こうなってるからこう入りやすい。
Right? Right? Everything's got to be in tighter. And again, it has to be. So, some of you look like you overextend. Remember, if I overextend, all right, if I'm Nahanchi, this line is my tipping point. So if I overextend here, all right, this is an off-balance position. All right? I need to center and just use this to come in.
The structure you're talking about looks exactly like Wing Chun.
Well, this Matsubashi is Chinese influence.
It's
The same flow, right? What you're doing is everything is in here. If you watch Tokashiki Sensei against the mirror, so how many people study a different martial art? Okay, it's not the art; it's the principles. It's the principles, right? It's the principles. It doesn't matter what you do, all right? And that's what he's trying to give you. Because what Taba Sensei said, right? Just look around the room, right? I hate to tell you, but you can't, if we're thinking about fighting, right? As Americans, that's how we think, you know, karate fight, right? They really don't think that way. If you listen to the language, okay? Where's Yuka? Yuka. She's taking a break? No. Okay. If you listen to the language, right, just go onto the internet and just listen to some of the stuff that people put out there and what they're talking about. It's all in theory. You don't know. Look, you're doing karate. You don't know if your stuff is going to work. You hope it does, right? You're training yourself. Hopefully, if you train this the right way, you'll never see somebody in front of you. Okay, that's their language. Our language is, hey, how many times can I bust him in the face? Right? You don't hear that. Okay, but what he's teaching you is, look what you're wearing. All right, it's a different culture's fighting art. Right? If we could grasp the understanding of it, in case we needed it in self-defense, it's more to our advantage.
Yeah. When you're young, you have a power, like he said before, the muscle, you have a strong muscle and everything. But when you get older, your body is going to change, your muscle is going to be changed. So he's studying that. He's always studying the Aikido, Budo, Bujutsu. But
柔道も全部一緒で
Judo.
練習半年から力を
Everything is coming from here. We repeating, all the time, but everything's coming from here. So that's what he was saying, that when you get older, your muscles get weak, but that way they are doing, you're going to do it till you die. That's like the karate. The power, only the power, your muscles going to, get tired and you can't do it.
年齢を聞いてください。
Yeah.
48.
He is
1948.
何歳ですか?
70 now.
He's 70 now.
誕生日来たら何ですか?
He's 70 this year, and he's 78.
思ったのは 50、60、50、60代になっていけば力の抜くのがそんなにパワーが出るのかなというのを感じて。
Yeah, he understood that when he turned 50, he had to relax more. And then he started learning, you know, how to relax himself, how to control his mind.
まだこれだけしか言ってない。
He's still learning,
More.
but he needs to learn more. So he hoped that you guys learn something from him.
It goes back to even like the teacup when he's saying like off the line. Even what's in the cup is the energy. There's so much energy being spilled every time that it's not needed, it's not necessary. So it's kind of like Sensei Jerry saying, like if you go in with a boxer, they have 12 rounds that they have to fight. If they go out in that first round and all the energy is just spilled,
Right.
you're not making it past the first round.
彼が言ってるのはJさんさっき言ったみたいに結局
But that goes for everything in life though.
Yes.
Even your work, everything.
Right. So